Good evening, everyone. How y'all doing? How's everyone doing the night after Christmas? Hope you all signed your waiver, because I know I'm going to say some shit to offend you. Do you guys mind if I take my hat off? All right, cool, thanks. I'll put the yarmulke on the Christmas tree. Let's just cap that off. So you guys notice I'm Jewish. What gave that away? Well, let me guess, it's my neurosis, right? But the yarmulke, also known as a kippah, it is the Jewish bullhorn, isn't it? Makes that announcement.
Your attention, please. Your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a Jew. Make way. Jew coming through. Make way. Now boarding business class. Now boarding business class. And Jews.
And if you notice, I pointed up here to say that I was Jewish. Yeah, I used to point right here. But does that matter anymore? I mean, really, all you goys, you non-Jews, you stole our move, the circumcision? That was our move. Yeah, there's one of those offensive things that the waiver was necessary for. So who was the first person to circumcise themselves? It was Abraham. He did that over 5,000 years ago, right? Probably used a scalpel. Actually, maybe there wasn't a scalpel back then. He probably used a rock. So come to think about it, that's probably where the cliche came in, stuck between a rock and a hard place. So you see, the circumcision was the original covenant with God. Us Jews, we had to have originality. We had to have a brand. So if you think about it, Jews were the first ones that came up with the original concept of branding. Head cover up here and, well, no head cover down here. But is that efficient? No, not so much. But from a business point of view, it's actually brilliant. Why is that? Because we're selling two products. We're selling headwear and we're selling some a little down below. So imagine the first guy in the marketplace trying selling this kind of thing. He'd be like, hey, you over there, and you over there, and you over there. Come on over. I got you 2 for 1. We do your kippah, and we do your shmeckle. And isn't it ironic, though, the circumcision? I mean, really, aren't us Jews notorious for holding on to crap? Exactly. And if you're wondering what I do for a day job, I'm a doctor. And of course, I had to become one because that is Jewish law, right? And speaking of law, I am also a cop. And I have 1, 2, 3 of my cop buddies in the back. 2 of us, or actually 3 of us, just graduated from the LAPD Academy on Friday. So let's have a round of applause for that. And one of the questions that I got at graduation from someone on the police commission was, what was one of the hardest parts of the academy for you, Dr. Sherman? Was it getting yelled at? Was it the yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am thing? Was it getting up early in the morning, staying late at night? And I looked at her and said, no, it wasn't all that. She goes, what was the hardest part? And I said, the hardest part for me was when our physical trainer, our PT instructor would come up to us and say the 3 letters PFQ. Now, PFQ stands for Physical Fitness Qualifier. Now, I think everyone should exercise. Being a doctor, I think that's very important. But at my old age of 47, right, I need a walker when I get out of the car just to make it to that kosher restaurant in time for the early bird special. So PFQ is an event that has 4 different things that we need to do. We need to do push-ups, we need to do sit-ups, we need to run 300 meters, and we need to run 1.5 miles. And based on how well you do in the time allotted or how long it takes you to do it, you get a score, you get graded. And after the first time of 5 times doing this, after the first time, I was like, I think they need to change the name here. It shouldn't be PFQ, it should be PFR. Paying for recruits. And then I thought about it a little bit more, and I'm like, it should be PFM. Paying for maggots. So anyway, so I figured after the first time doing this test, my PT instructor said, Sherman, you got to get that fat ass moving because you're too slow. So I decided, okay, fine. I'll join a gym. I got to take this thing seriously. So getting tested for your physical fitness, well, you know, having physical fitness is important, but getting tested and having it as part of your career, that gives a whole new level of stress to something. That's like putting whipped cream on crap. So joined a gym, LA Fitness. And I had this very special date, 5 mornings a week with the treadmill. And I'd be waking up every morning during the week at the crack of 3:30. So I'm on the treadmill and I'm running and I'm trying to work on my 1.5 mile time because it was not fast. And the good thing about being at the gym very early in the morning can also be like one of the worst things of being at the gym very early in the morning because there's no one there. So starting off in the morning, I got 15 treadmills to myself. So I'm on there and I'm running and I'm pushing it. gasping for air. And then after about 5 minutes, a woman comes in. And I'm trying to keep my blinders on, trying to keep focused on the TV, trying to keep focused on what I'm doing. And I just take a quick peek here. And this girl's hot. Like one of Hugh Hefner's ex-Bunny, hot. So, of course, as I'm running on the treadmill, I'm like, oh, yeah, I got this. And I'm looking at speed. I'm like out of breath. It's only 5 miles an hour. But she's there. She's doing 7. Oh, no, screw this. So I start bumping it up, right, because my ego's going. So I'm going. And then all of a sudden, it happens. I'm like, this is really cool. We're running on the treadmill together. And then it just kind of hits. And it's one of those things that where you want to hit that emergency stop button because you know some sort of catastrophic event is about to occur. So what ends up happening is the most horrid, noxious wall of fresh flatus slapped me in the face. And if you guys don't know what fresh flatus is, quite frankly, she just farted. And you see, it hit me so bad. It was like when I got tased in the academy. I was like this, and I couldn't move, and I can't breathe. I'm ready to fall off the treadmill. I'm like, you've got to be absolutely kidding me. A hot chick doing this kind of thing? And here's where being in the gym early in the morning is bad. Because there's no one else around us except the two of us, and I'm the only guy that's there. So who's going to get blamed? Me. And I know it wasn't me. And this is so horrid. It's like it's worse. It was worse than if you were to get in a sleeping bag and fart on yourself. So I'm trying to run and I'm trying to get done here, and I'm like, I can't believe this hot chick is farting the whole time I'm on here. So I finally hit stop. I get off this thing, and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to take that into my next PFQ. That'll be my motivation. It's like, what, a hot chick next to me, and she's farting the whole time. Unbelievable. All right, so I'm going to end with this one because my time's just about up. So I was telling a friend of mine that, a very good friend of mine who lives in Israel, his name is David. I said, David, you know what? I've done the chiropractic thing. That's what I do as my day job. I've done the cop thing. I think I'm going to make a go at comedy. And he says to me, okay, doctor's cool, cop, really cool. Comedy? Really? And I said, yeah, really. He goes, I didn't know you were that depressed. All right, you guys have been great. Have a great night.